Hey everyone, welcome to Writing Quest. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to do a little bookshelf tour, and I'm going to show you what I got on the shelf and some of my favorite book covers and editions that I have. So here we go. Huzzah! Alright, so first things first. On the top here, I have the Wheel of Time series, so all the way to New Spring. New Spring is the prequel to Wheel of Time, and so all the way to Memory of Light, of course. And then, so these are all just the paperback box sets. So the fourth one, Shadow Rising, right there, is supposed to be right there. It's missing because I'm currently reading it. So that's what we got for the first thing. These are all really great editions. They're just the small ones, but I'm a big fan of them. And I've actually not read anywhere past here. So this is my first time reading through them all. I'm a big fan of the series so far, but as I've said before in many of my videos, I'm a very slow reader. And so the big fantasy books are a lot for me to get through. Over here, I've got Michael Sullivan's Age of Myth. This is a hardback that I picked up. I just picked it up because I was basically just, it looked really interesting to me. I liked the cover, and I did a little more reading about who Michael Sullivan is and the stories he has. So this is not his first series, but I really like the cover and I like the premise, so I picked that one up for future reading. And then, of course, we've got Brandon Sanderson's Tress of the Emerald Sea. This was the book from the first one of the secret projects that he did. And so I have not read this one yet either. Again, I'm the slowest reader in the world. And so, but I love the cover. I've actually got the second one on the way, which I'm forgetting what that one's called right now. Nightmare Painter, something like that. So that's the top shelf there. Well, actually, we better go up. On the top, I've got my original Millennium Falcon Lego set. That is circa 1999-ish. I got it when I was about 10 for Christmas. And then we've got a newer Y-Wing up there. But that one right there, that's the winner for sure. All right, so we go down to our second shelf here. This is where I've got my Lord of the Rings collection, and we've got Aragon, we've got more Brandon Sanderson over here with the Mistborn series, and again, I haven't read those because I'm the worst. We've got the Stormlight Archive all the way to Rhythm of War, and so let's take a look at these Tolkien books. Tolkien's probably my favorite. This is the Silmarillion. This is an older copy that I picked up at Half Price Books. And I don't know if this has what the print day was or what the date is. Let's see if you can find it here. Right there. So, but yeah, this is a cool version of the Silmarillion. I'm sure it had a dust jacket at one point. Maybe it didn't. I don't know if there's someone in the comments who wants to let me know about that. But that's cool. And then we've got The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. I'm a big fan of these. I just picked up at Barnes & Noble. You can get these pretty much anywhere, but I do love this is the illustrated version of the book. Really cool cover for sure. And then I've also got another version of The Hobbit here, which is the kind of box set version. But that's the cover when it's outside of the box. It's got this really cool binding. Yeah, really cool. It's a really cool version. Then next we've got the Lord of the Rings, which again, this I picked up just at Barnes & Noble, but it's really cool. I love the cover of this. It's kind of a velvety feel. But I love the artwork on this. This is all 3 books. I do not have the Lord of the Rings as individual books. I just have this collected edition. But I'm a big fan of that. I really love it. Then we've got the classic, the Aragorns. This is actually the deluxe version. I think it comes with an extra map or something, but nothing really special about those covers. Got the little short story collection here, the Fork, the Witch, and the Worm, little novella that he put out a few years ago. Pretty excited for Murtaugh, and we've got an illustrated version of Aragon coming out, and then he's got a new novel coming out that's apparently kind of a sequel to Inheritance, but not a sequel. It's like a standalone novel, but it's also a continuation of the story, so that's pretty cool. Then we've got, of course, the Brandon Sanderson Mistborns, which these are just the generic paperbacks. Nothing crazy about those. And then we've got Wave Kings, Words of Radiance, Oathbringer, Rhythm of War. I'm super excited for number 5. It'll be really cool when that comes out, so we'll hopefully I know he's working on it, and he's a fast writer, but it's still a massive book, so it'll be exciting when that comes out. All right, and then we'll go down to shelf 3. On this is the Art of Marvels. This is the these are 4 collected books. If I can turn it around here, it's pretty heavy. Art of Captain America: First Avenger, Thor, Iron Man 2, and Iron Man. And these art books are super cool. I got these as a gift. And it was as Gimli would say, a kingly gift. They're super cool. Let's cover the Iron Man one, Art of Iron Man. So obviously they put these out for each movie, but this was a collected version that came out at the time. So those are definitely some of my prized bookshelf collection. So love those a lot. Big fan. Next we've got Brian McKellen's Promise of Blood series, or the Powder Mage trilogy, sorry. And then we have over here Gods of Blood and Powder. So these 6 books, from Promise of Blood to Blood of Empire, it's 2 trilogies, but they are a connected story, so it's kind of like a 6-book series. But those are really cool, really intense. He's kind of a Brandon Sanderson protege, I believe. I don't know the whole story, but they are connected in some way, so really love those books. If you haven't read them, check them out for sure. I have another one from John Gwen Malice, which this is one I picked up, similar to the Michael Sullivan book from earlier. I picked that one up just because I'm wanting to read it, getting ready to read it. And then we have this over here, which if you haven't ever read these, you should, by Taran Matharu. It's actually a trilogy. It's Novice Inquisition and the Battle Mage, and then there's a prequel, The Outcast. These are really cool, really light reads. They're not too crazy. Has to do with, it's kind of like it's kind of a weird way to describe it, but I would describe it as kind of a Lord of the Rings meets Aragon meets Pokemon. And if you read it, you'll understand what I mean by that. So, but that is the bookshelf tour of the one I've got right behind me on the set. I've got another one out in the living room, which maybe we'll do a bookshelf tour of that one at another time. But these are some of my favorites. I think out on the other shelf is where the Star Wars and Harry Potter books are, but we'll go over them at another time. Thanks so much for watching this episode of Writing Quest. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what some of your favorite books on your bookshelf are. Let's talk about it below. If you have any on my shelf, let me know. If you don't like any on my shelf, let me know. But we will see you next time on Writing Quest. Huzzah!